Okay, yesterday we discussed some ways to, the general concept of reducing and raising a fraction to an equivalent fraction. Another very important concept of fraction is reducing fraction, because by reducing fraction, this is the way that you can do so you can reduce it to a simplest form. Okay, so I prepared a video for you to do how to reduce a fraction into the simplest form in a step-by-step process. Okay, so let's take this fraction, for example, 20 over 30. Okay, so the first step would be for you to determine which one is the numerator and which one is the denominator. Okay, so for this fraction, what is the numerator? Okay, so that's 20, that's the number above the bar. And then what is the denominator? And that is 30, which is the number below the bar. Okay, so that's the first step. Learn or determine which one is the numerator. Okay, second step. Okay, do you remember our lesson about prime and composite number? Okay, alright. So now, after determining the numerator and denominator, we will determine if the number or the numerator or denominator are or is prime or composite number. Okay. If the numerator is a prime number, then you can factor it with 1 and the number itself, because prime numbers do not have any other factors other than 1 and the number itself, correct? Okay, if it's a composite number, then you can completely factor it. In a bit, in the next slide, I will show you how to do that. Okay. Alright, again, for the denominator, you also determine if it is a prime or a composite number. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay. Okay, so the next step would be to cross out all the common factors except for 1. Alright? So we did not cross, well, of course, all numbers is a common factor of 1. We did not cross that one out. Okay, so for example, in 20 and 40, they both have 2. So you cross out one of the 2's for 20 and one of the 2's for 40. So that first 2's are crossed out. Do they have any other common factor? Okay, so they have another set of 2's, so we cross that one out too. Do you have any other factors that are common to both 20 and 40? Okay, so we have 5, and we cross that one out too. Okay, so these are all the cross out common factors. Again, as you can see, 1 is a common one, but we did not. Okay, so the next one will be to simplify. So these are all the cross factors from your fraction 20 over 40. Right. The next step would be to remove the factors that were crossed out. So meaning for 20, you crossed out 2, 2, and 5, so you're only left with 1. Okay. And for 40, you're left with 1 and 2. As you can see, the third 2 does not have a partner on top, so that's left behind. And then after that, we simplify some more. 1 for the denominator, 1 times, well, that's just 1, so we put 1. And then 1 times 2 equals 2. So therefore, your simplified factor is 1/2. Okay. Oops, an equal sign. Okay, let's get some more example. Let's say, for example, 16 over 20. Alright, so is 16 a prime or composite number? How about 20? Prime or composite number? So both of these are composite numbers, okay? So let's factor out 16. That's 1 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, and let's factor out 20. That's 1 times 2 times 2 times 5. Alright, and next one will be to cross out all the common factors. So they both have one set of 2's. They both have second set of 2, so they all canceled out, and there's no more other common factors. So let's simplify. Let's remove all the ones that were crossed out. So we have, for 16, we have 1 and 2 left behind. And for 20, we have 1 and 5. So let's simplify that. So what is, for their numerator, what is 1 times 2 times 2? Okay, so that is 4. And for denominator, 1 times 5 is equal to 5. Let's try another example. Okay, 27 over 36. Okay, are these prime or composite numbers? Okay, well, both of them are again composite numbers because they both have other factors other than 1 in themselves. So let's completely factor these numbers out. Okay, for 27, that's 1 times 3 times 3 times 3 and 36. Okay, so those are the factors of 36. And the next step would be to cross out the common factors except for 1. Okay, so they both have sets of 3 and another set of 3. So we remove those. And this is what's left with your numerator and what's left with your denominator. And this would be the simplified form. Oops, that shouldn't be that. Okay, let's remove that. Okay, by the way, that's supposed to be, I have not edited that, but that's supposed to be 3 over 4. Okay, that's 3 over 4. Okay, so I hope you do some more examples and some more practice for simplifying fraction, because this is what we'll need to do. This is the skill that you'll need to compare, to add, to subtract